It.
I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me.
My pleasure. We're a new band, so we're still at a level that we like any kind of promo for the band. So yeah, here we are.
You have to be very proud of the album you created. It's great from top to bottom, my friend.
Thanks. We're really pleased with it ourselves. And I think yeah, also a label did a good job, and yeah, came out really nice.
I wanted to ask you if you could take me back in time a little bit and tell me how the band became a reality.
Yeah, well, actually, the band is just me and Philip Licormas, and yeah, we go a long way. But yeah, we live both in Belgium, but like 1 hour and a half apart, so we don't see each other that much. And he is always busy with new bands and projects, and I am also, yeah, I've always been busy. But at some point, we both played a gig with another band. He- he- uh, we both played in, so we shared the stage. It had been like 20 years since we first met, and yeah, apparently he was running around with the idea to form. To create music in this kind of style, the black and death metal, melodic Swedish sounding 90s thing, dissection, an animated Snagelfart, that kind of stuff. And he heard my voice in the other band, and that's also in that kind of music.
Mhm.
So and he was like, "Ooh, I want this voice of my old friend." Uh, on this music that is spinning in my head, and he was like, "Are you into it?" And I was like, December 2024. And yeah, well, he asked me the same night, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, I'm up to it." I thought you'd never ask. Because yeah, at some point in the past, we shared a stage doing a dissection cover, and at some point I also did some guest vocals for his previous band. But yeah, we never had a project together or a band, and so in the end, yeah, a few weeks later, I got the first song in my mailbox and created lyrics and vocals for it. And we went back and forth, and a few months later, everything was done.
And I wanted to ask you about Wrath of Witches. That song is a very standout song, a great song to put out as a single. I wanted to ask you, did you have that vibe in mind when you did that song?
Um, yeah, it's a good question. Because that's one of the songs that. So I asked him if it was okay that the lyrics would be about a dark fantasy concept that I yeah, made up. Um, and he was like, "Yeah, fine." And so yeah, in the beginning, it was like every song I got, I wrote a new lyric for the concept story. And at some point, I stopped adding the vocals immediately because we wanted to have the order of the songs
Sure.
for the concept story. It should be right. But Ride of the Witches was one of those songs that I already said, yeah, this one would be cool. He already had like the feral scream at the very end of the song. It
Mhm.
was already in his recording, and I was like, yeah, well, this is perfect for this lyric. And then I just wrote the vocal lines and asked a friend to do some female screams, because yeah, I thought it would fit, and also yeah, there was a second voice in the lyric, and yeah, that gives it a bit more depth, I guess, and more, yeah, it
And
works like that.
and
And
it,
also in the very beginning of the song, there is some really high screams, it's my daughter of back then, 6 year old,
Wow.
doing some screams, and yeah, I'll just send them to Philip, and he mixed them in nicely. So yeah, it's a nice bonus. And yeah, well, the music itself, I didn't change anything, so it just came like that to me, and just dropped the lyrics on it, and it works as a charm. So
And it's a great lead into Forest of Horrors as well. Those two tracks, the way they align together is just mastery and a great composition skills. I
yeah,
love the way they flow into one another.
yeah. Thanks. The thing is, like I said, the album was written in just a couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely the songs, you can feel that they are not written like they really, they, when one song was done, he started immediately with the other, and he was in the same vibe, when he
Hmm.
wrote everything. So I think that's why it sounds so cohesive, so of course we had a clear visual. We want to sound like those 90s bands,
Sure.
without copying them, but we missed kind of the quality of those bands in nowadays music. There's a lot of bands integrating some elements of those, yeah, well, pivotal 90s like that albums. But yeah, n- we thought we could add something, so that's what we did. And so far, the worst review we got regarding points,
Mm.
was a 6 on 10, and the guy said if this album would have been released 30 years ago, it would have been the best album ever. So, so if that's the worst review
Right.
you get, then you did. Yeah, actually, that's what we wanted to do. We
Sure.
wanted to get close. Of course, it's impossible to make an album that is 30 years old, but we wanted to go into that direction, as it's actually our yeah. We were raised with that kind of music, in the 90s. We were teenagers, so that's really, it was new to the music world, it was new to everyone, and we were the first generation to have it as yeah, as their primal source of yeah, extreme music. Whereas people who are a bit older than us, they first got into, I don't know, Slayer or
Sure.
Battery or whatever, but for
Venom
us,
and
yeah, for us, those mid 90s albums, Dimmu Borgir, Emperor, Enslaved, whatever, the Norwegian bands, but also the Swedish bands, they were the first there for us, so that's it defines your music taste.
I think another thing that really adds to the musical style is the album artwork itself. I wanted to ask you if you could speak on the album art concept and who is responsible for the artwork.
Yeah, yeah, the responsible is Wesley de Wankel, is a Flemish painter. He's doing quite some cool Belgian art, Belgian bands. He's very modest, and yeah, he's also from our age, but he started rather late with making the cool artwork. I think he did. Yeah, he of course he got the skills earlier on, but it's only in recent years that I see his artwork popping up. He's a really nice guy, and yeah, he also is, yeah, got formed with the same band, so he immediately understood what we wanted to achieve. So we just gave him the music and the lyrics, and he came up with, I think it was 5 designs, of which I think 3, it was just drawings with some sketches with some
Mhm.
Photoshop that he did super quick, and I think 3 of them would have been already nice to have as artwork. They were this good, and then he still had to start the real painting. So he chose
Right.
one And yeah, I mean, you can see it's hanging there. Can you
Wow.
see it?
Yes, I can.
So
Absolutely amazing.
um, so he just painted it and shipped it to us, and we had it professionally make a professional picture out of it. And yeah, actually, I think it depicts the moment the protagonist goes into the Temple of Light. That's where he's heading to. I guess that's his
Mm,
how he sees it, and I really like it with the light and the dark side, and
yes.
the play with the clouds, and yeah, it's a bit mysterious. So in my vision, the temple was more of a classical built temple, but he's got some dolmens and stuff. It makes it even more creepy, and yeah, really cool, really cool. And actually, he's working with Philip for some of his other projects as well, and he's done an amazing job there. And my other band, Marchinebre,
Ah,
we're working with him for the next album as well. He just actually, while we're talking here, he's just, I think he sent me uh, the artwork of our new album. so
that's
so
great.
like, do you want some changes? And it's already like, but yeah. So I just saw it now for 1 second, so I will have to give it a better view. But yeah, it's a really nice way of working. It works really fast. He's not expensive, and yeah, he just sends you the artwork when he's done, because he doesn't want to collect everything he made.
Mm.
It's like it's taking too much space in his house if he
Yes.
keeps everything. So yeah, sure, ship it, man. I have some room here. So yeah, very pleased with Wesley's work, and yeah, I'm pretty sure if we do a second album, he'll be the first one to ask to provide a new artwork.
And now this album is out. I wanted to ask you, what is the next step for you?
Well, the idea is to do some selected live shows, but the schedules of our other bands are making it quite hard, because we have a live lineup with some very seasoned musicians that are currently playing in a German band called Beltes and a Flemish Belgian band called Bloedman. But they also played in, yeah, especially the Flemish guy. He played in Flemish is a part of Belgium. I don't know if you know. So if I say Flemish or Belgian, it's the same. Uh, but he played in Meleges, he played in Lengched, or quite bigger European, or yeah, Meleges is not even European, but he knows his craft. So those guys, they are also having their agendas. And yeah, the other guy from the band, he plays in Hemelbestormer, which is a post metal band, and they're doing really well. Have a really good booking agency, so they do quite a lot of shows where, yeah, the music we make needs a lot of rehearsals to be really tight.
Sure.
So we can't just say, okay, we do this show and we do one rehearsal. No, we have to be prepared.
Absolutely.
We live in two different countries, so there will be some shows, but yeah, limited. And then at some point, I guess Philip will just send me new songs, and I will probably this time I wait a bit with the lyrics, because yeah, I want to. I already have the follow up concept story in my head.
All right.
So it's just, yeah, a matter of placing it on the, yeah, which song will be first. Okay, then that's where the concept story kicks off. And because now I had to be a bit uh yeah, creative to make sure, if you read the lyrics from A to Z, that from the beginning to the end, that it makes sense. So
Sure.
it's the whole story is not really chronological, but yeah, of course, it's not, doesn't have to be, but it still needs to be cohesive. So yeah, so
And
yeah,
when,
but
and when you
uh,
put these lyrics together, what are your inspirations behind them?
well, I'm I when I read, it's usually fantasy. So and what I like about fantasy is both the out of this worldness, but also the characters. They all, just like in any book you read probably or film you see, it's still about, it's still humans, you know, with
Yeah.
human emotions, pain, grief, happiness, whatever, rage. So and like this, it's easy to make, yeah, to create words um that feel on one side close to what you know, and on the other side give it a more of a exotic spin with the fantasy layers you put into it. Um, so yeah, that's where I start, and then yeah, I found some idea of this journey from a guy who had, you know, basically hurt his woman badly. I'll never say how or what happened. Not sure. It will come in the second. Well, in the second album, I
Mhm.
maybe it's something the reader should, you know, decide for themselves. I still don't know if it was a deliberate or not, the pain he gave to her. But at some point, yeah, he needs to, you know, he needs to do something with this. And then the elders of the village, they have this book and they say, yeah, you, if you want some consolation, you have to, you know, go to this temple of light. And then yeah, and then I use this quest actually as a way to overcome his pain,
Sure.
his fears. That's where the forest of horrors, where his nightmares that haunt him, you know, that's, they are hiding behind the trees. It's, of course, this forest, it's just in his head that these nightmares are.
Sure.
That's with most irrational fears, they're based on just your sick imagination in a way. um, you know, my girlfriend, she has this idea that if she has sleeps with her feet out of the bed, hands will grab them. She knows there will be no hands, but still, that's the kind
Right.
of fear, you know. If you
Sure.
can't explain why this fear is there, but yeah, it's in you. So yeah, fuck it. Don't sleep with your feet out of your
Sure.
bed. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I want to do. You know, I want to make a human a story about a human emotions, but in extreme context. So it's really easy and rewarding as a writer to yeah, to have some, you know, magic, and to have some, I don't know, crazy stuff happening. Just, you know, it makes it more interesting for the readers as well, I guess. And for me, yeah, it opens a whole range of words and play with words that I can use. Which I, in my other bands, I never went into this fantasy direction. So I'm really happy that I have this, that I proposed this approach to my other Archaic Oath dudes, and he said, "Yeah, fine, do as you please, all good."
Sure. I wanted to ask you, now this amazing album is out, what's the best way to get a hold of it and any merchandise that you have?
Yeah, well, we have quite of a decent label, AOP Records. So I don't know. In Europe, it's pretty easy, I guess, because they have a distribution out here. I don't know in the States. Actually, I haven't checked because yeah, we're so new to
Mhm.
most people. I guess they have a distribution there as well. Has to be. I mean, it's, they have quite some decent bands. So everybody I speak to, they're like, "Oh, you're on AOP Records. That's a nice thing you do
Yeah,
there. You
absolutely.
must be good." So yeah. So of course there is the Bandcamp option of both the label and the band. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there is some kind of distribution worldwide by the label. Um, It's a good question. Actually,
Yeah.
I haven't checked it from that point of view because, yeah, of course, I have the album here. I don't have to look around for it.
And lastly, my friend, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for your time and support. And if you're into 90s sounding melodic black and death metal in the veins of Nagelfar dissection and animated, that kind of stuff, but you want something fresh, something with its own twists, and with a, yeah, well, I can say that for myself, a high quality musicianship. You definitely should check it out. Um, we do a good job, and I'm pretty proud of what we did. And yeah, I think it's a worthy addition to anyone's CD or vinyl collection, or, well, just your digital collection, whatever your Spotify playlists. It's all out there. So just enjoy what we did, and let us know.
Well, I wanted to take a moment to thank you personally for taking time to speak with me about this amazing album. I love the journey it took me on, and I could have talked with about every single track on this album with you because it really stuck with me. I love the story and I love the immersiveness of the artwork. I feel
Yeah.
the whole total package all works together.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. We're like I said, we're really pleased with what we did, and um, yeah, for me, it's been almost 30 years that I'm doing music, but this is one of the highlights because, yeah, first of all, it's in kind of my favorite style, whereas most of the other bands I did were sometimes touching this style, but like my main band, Marche Funèbre, yeah, we're doing death doom metal, so that's yeah, well, it's not, it's just something else. um so yeah, I'm really happy that I could, make this album in the style I grew up in. um and yeah, that it's this quality, because yeah, there's a lot of bands and that you know touch this kind of riffs, but yeah, somehow for me it doesn't always work.
Mhm.
Also, yeah, for me as a vocalist, it was a pleasure of doing this. It's it's how I started as a vocalist this many years ago. But yeah, of course, I do stuff here that 30 years ago I couldn't. So
Sure.
it's not just something we could have done 30 years ago. This is the culmination of everything we did, and then going back to our roots, because yeah, the 20-year-old version of me or him, we could never pull this off. But now we can, and we're happy we waited this long, actually, to be able to deliver this quality.
Well, I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Well, likewise. So, my pleasure.
You take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend.
I will. Cheers, man.
Cheers.